Hello and welcome to Lucas Oil Stadium. The Colts finished beating the Bears 21-16 today. It was not pretty, Nate, but in a way, I thought this was kind of the formula for how we thought they were going to win in the early Anthony Richardson days anyway.
Yeah, all the things that we hammered them on for last week, it wasn't that this is going to be some perfect team that lights it up. They're clearly a flawed team. But what we wanted to see them do was lean into the run game, lean into Jonathan Taylor, make him your star, use Anthony Richardson enough to make them think about both of those threats, and do enough of that on offense and stop the run at a decent enough level, which they did well today, to make teams drop back and make those mistakes. They, unlike with Malik Willis, they made Caleb Williams try to win the game, and we saw that led to some mistakes, some turnovers, that strip sack that helped win the game. So they're not going to be able to get to that formula against every single opponent, but when you have one here at home, you need to be able to ride that, and that's what they did today.
Anthony Richardson really struggled. Several missed throws, 2 bad interceptions. Shane Steichen did take the blame. He thought they were going to get a different coverage on the red zone interception, but the second one, I'm sure Steichen would have tried to take the blame for that too, but he can't. It's a play that Richardson steps up. He's got lots of room to run. He decides to throw to the left anyway. It gets picked off. The hard part, it's not. He doesn't look like a top-tier NFL starting quarterback. He doesn't look like a clear-cut NFL starting quarterback right now. I think the hard part is no one expected him to at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was tough. It's still, 7 games into his NFL career, and that's, 20 games total above high school, and just a lot of missed time in there that could have been spent developing some of those mechanics. So the one encouraging thing I did find is Anthony Richardson, he talked about how he doesn't know what's going wrong with some of these overthrows, but he's going to sit down and figure it out. Earlier, he was a little bit more dismissive of that, as almost like, well, that throw's get away from you sometimes. You got to use your arm to correct it. I think he's starting to realize that there's more to it than that. There's going to be something in his footwork that they can correct. So it's going to be an ongoing process, though. He is currently an inaccurate quarterback. That's what he was coming into the league. It's only 7 games into his career. That's still what he is. It's just like, can you use enough of those other talents, like the deep ball, extending plays, running the ball, and all of that, and he sprinkled in enough of that to contribute in some ways, and then he obviously is going to have to get a lot better for them to keep winning.
The Colts end up outlasting the Bears to avoid the disaster of going to 0-3. Next week, they'll be right back here again to face the 3-0 Pittsburgh Steelers. Don't know if anybody had that in Lucas Oil Stadium. For the Indy Star, I'm Joel A. Erickson. This is Nate Atkins.